Hi guys, so I've said, and I think I'm pretty much blue in the face saying this, that we need to listen to experts, not politicians, when it comes to how to deal with the problems Brexit has created. Here a man called Mike Parr, who works for a company that deals with perishable goods such as fruit, explains in simple terms the problems the haulage industry is having to deal with post-Brexit. He also provides two possible solutions, but one for certain the government will not take on board. The other could cause other problems. Let's hear what Mike had to say.
We're finding that, unfortunately, the government isn't quite up to speed with the number of officers that can carry out inspections. That is our major problem. We had a consignment of fresh raspberries that was with us at 3 p.m. and wasn't inspected until 10 o'clock the following morning.
Now, I've covered before how if goods are sitting in a truck for a long period of time, he said here, from 3 p.m. to 9 a.m., that's a problem during winter, but that's a massive problem during summer. And of course, those goods, when they arrive at the final destination, probably a supermarket, a lot of it will be thrown away because it's not fit for sale. That's a cost that someone is going to have to pay for. But he's going to raise another problem.
Now, unfortunately, the only person that ends up losing lots of money on that is the haulier, because he's expected to sit there and wait for the product to be examined.
And if the product didn't get examined from 3 p.m. to 9 a.m., that means that driver was sitting there not doing his job. He was not driving. And that's a driver losing money, because a lot of the drivers are self-employed. And if they're not doing deliveries, they're not getting paid.
I think we should be looking at Holland, who have a system whereby customs are given, and Port Health are given, a certain amount of time to come and examine the vehicle. And if it's not done within that time, it's classed as cleared and the driver can go on. And I think our government should really be looking at that. It's a very good example. Or train a lot more staff, which unfortunately takes time, and we don't have the time.
We don't have the time. We don't have the staff. So the alternative, because the government are not going to hire staff and they're not going to invest in training, so the alternative is to wave stuff through. Now, if stuff is going to be waved through now, well, what's going to happen in the next number of months? Because in the next number of months, more checks are going to come in. For example, on products of animal origin, and then full animal products as well. And seeds and plants and all sorts of objects are going to be checked. So the checks are going to increase. But if the staff levels don't increase, that means more goods will be just waved through because there isn't enough time to carry out the checks. Or the haulage companies are going to end up giving up because they're going to have their drivers stuck in the ports for hours or maybe even days. So the solution is to invest, to hire staff. But of course, as we've seen when it comes to Brexit, the government are not interested in doing that. So it's more likely what they're going to do is going to wave stuff through. Now, if stuff is getting waved through, it's going to create the perfect breeding ground for smuggling. Because if drivers know there's a very small chance that their truck will be checked because there aren't enough staff available, this is going to create a perfect scenario for smuggling. And it's also going to damage the reputation of the United Kingdom, because if it's seen as a soft touch when it comes to checking goods and items, then it's going to create a situation where you're going to see all types of products arriving in the UK because there are no checks being carried out, or very few. So as Mike has said, the solution is to emulate what's happening in Holland. He said in other countries, invest in staff, but I don't see that happening. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.